So right now it's I know things are tough, the way the world is right now and has been for a long time. As a kid, you can't wait to grow up and be ambitious and go out and, make friends and live life and this and that. But as you get older, you start to realize more and more how easy it was being younger and how you want to go back, to just being that free, and wild, and ambitious. So I know the world really kind of kicks you around as you get older, but this world is it's not on our favor, So you got to hold close to the people who really want to motivate you and push you for better and want to see you grow, and help others. Really, at the end of the day, that's all we can do is just better ourselves and those around us. And, we want a better outcome, obviously. I think the world is too divided. Things are out of our control in a sense. And it's hard just sitting and watching it all burn. There's some of us who have that perspective, that spiritual perspective, where we understand a little more what's going on as we build our relationship and walk with God. It's very important because doing that strengthens you and it gives you a very strong insight and clarification. So I know you can feel discouraged right now and down in the dumps and just not know what the fuck you want to do, but keep going. Don't stop. Just keep figuring out what it is you want and where it is you want to go. It's never too late to take that step and take that change in your life and want that building of yourself, and you have to it's very important to forgive, all the wrong that's been done to you or the wrongs that you've done. You have to admit to them, it's okay to be wrong, everyone wants to be the one who's right, but nobody wants to confess when they're wrong. So I think really everybody just in the world needs to work on that, and myself included. I'm not excluded, and I just hope for a brighter future. We got biblical stuff going on. We're living in Revelations. So hold steady, Things will come and things will go, but all that matters is where you stand and where you're with God and what it is you strive for, what it is you want, what it is He has for you, So just everybody needs to open themselves up to love, be vulnerable with one another, and don't take advantage of it, Be kind, be loving, be gracious, be forgiving. Accept everyone as they come. Don't try to put them into categories and normalize them, because everybody's different. Everybody has their uniqueness. So don't let this world distract you. Don't let it bring you down. If you're spiritual and you want to grow in your means with God, I absolutely encourage you to keep going. If you haven't found Jesus or you're just still confused, it's okay. I suggest you look more into it, really, and open yourself up to it, because He's always waiting. He's always waiting. God's always waiting. He's always knocking, as He says. You just have to let Him in. Really let Him in, and build a relationship with Him, and things will change. Your mind will change, the renewal of your mind. It's it's amazing, So I just want everybody to find peace, find love, and put the differences aside, and put everything aside, and just be one with everyone. Don't focus on what car you drive or what couch you want, or what social media platform you use, or how many likes you get, or that shit does not matter. What matters is what impact you make on this earth before you die. You know, what did you make? What did you leave behind? Did you bear good fruit, as they say? You know, that is the point of life, to go through it, to struggle, to find God and love Him and build a relationship with Him. And not only that, but through that all, live a happy life, a fulfilling life. You know, life is so much simpler than people make it, I feel. I think it's only complicated because, one, we complicate it, and two, everything distracts us. You know, television, movies, games, sports, you know, all this stuff is distracting us from the truth, the reality of the day-to-day, you know, human existence, the experience, the spiritual experience on this planet. You know, it's we're living on a rock that is just, oof. You know, it's a plague right now, and we need to cleanse it, you know, before it takes us out in a way. So, yeah, guys, I'm in a good spot. I just wanted to share some wisdom, and hopefully I want to make more videos like this. This is kind of my first one, but I'm just kind of in a spot where I feel like this is something I need to do because A, I want to, you know, and two, I don't feel like there's enough positivity more or less going around, or full honesty, you know. So yeah, but hopefully, guys, just keep your head up. You know, there's gonna be more in your life. You know, there's a plan for your life. There's a purpose to it. Find it and go with it. You know, God knows you better than anybody. He created you. You know, He knows every detail to the number of hairs on your head. You know, want that relationship, that intimacy, and ask God for finding that purpose, finding that path. Because I guarantee you, once you get on that path and you stick with it, your life won't be the same. In a good way, it'll change. You know? So yeah, guys, let's all just fucking hold hands and say we love each other, and just go, what the fuck do we gotta do, guys, to get this right, to get this fixed. Because right now we're too divided. Everybody's fighting for their own room. Everyone's fighting for their own standpoint. Everyone's fighting for their own perspectives. You know, everyone's dividing. And I think we need to be more homogenized. You know, we're all the same, but yet we find the differences. And we focus on the differences, not the similarities. You know? Focus on what makes you unique as a person and how that can benefit others, and what you can teach them, and vice versa, what they can teach you from their differences. Don't make it about white and black, I'm this, you're that. You know, that's just bullshit. At the end of the day, we're all human, we're all spiritual. That's all there is to it. Life experience is what makes us different. Our choices are what make us different. Perspectives. But hopefully, you know, people start picking up on what goes around them, and how the world is, and realize that there's more to it than just the usual. You know, in my opinion, we shouldn't live in a world that runs off our labor, in a sense. You know, I don't think it's right that we're just basically an economic paycheck to sustain the system of wealth, you know, that's corrupt in a sense. You know, it's tough. Once you're born into this world, you're just a paycheck, essentially. You know, go to college, get in debt right as you get out of high school, get a job, pay taxes for the rest of your life. You know, these aren't fulfilling lives. They're illusions, delusions, in a sense. There's nothing wrong with living a happy life, working a 9-to-5 job. There's nothing wrong with that. You have to sustain yourself, obviously. But don't just let that be all. Want more. Look for more. Find purpose. on just a paycheck and what it is you want, truthfully. We got bigger matters at hand, there's a whole universe we're living in. And we get so caught up on the small things, like people throwing a fit when their food's cold at a restaurant. Pointless. Like, really, out of all the things going on in the world and you choose to be upset about this the way you do, it's like, come on. Just things like that, even the smallest things that people skip over, they matter. So focus on them, and keep going, keep that drive, keep that fire, keep that passion. Don't lose it. Times will be tough. Things will test you. God will test you. He's testing me right now, with patience and a lot. A lot. But it's okay. I have faith. I know God will deliver me somewhere, somehow, when the time's right. It's in His plan. It's in His timing. I just have to be ready for when the time comes. And I can't rush it with my own desires, my own interests, Those are the things you gotta rearrange if you're gonna build a relationship with God, But it's okay. Everyone has it in them. Nobody's special, Everybody, God wants to build an intimate relationship with everybody on this planet. That's why we're here. This planet is a test. It's a test of our faith, In my opinion, this is how God said it. He said, all right, talking to Satan, right? Because, basically God put Satan and all his fallen angels on earth, right? And so I feel like God was like, I'm going to create people, more or less, that have no idea who I am, in a sense. They can't see me, they can't smell me, they can't prove me, And if they can't do all of the, they're living in a world that's distracting them from me, that's trying to take them away from me every day. And if they can find faith stronger than those fallen angels who decided to rebel against God, who know He's real because they're face to face with Him, they know the answers of the universe, just everything. They're with God and they turn their backs on Him. So He's like, okay, motherfuckers, I'm gonna create some people who don't know who I am, can't see me, can't smell me, can't prove me, this or that, living in a world that wants to make them fail. And these motherfuckers are still gonna come through because they're gonna show love and I'm gonna show them love, in a sense. It's more or less like it's just crazy. I can't really find the words for it, but yeah, there's a bigger picture. If you decide to invest your perspectives in it, I try not to force it on anybody, but these are just my perspectives, and I'm just sharing them. You don't have to listen, but if you are, I hope it's coming across positive and helping. That's the goal. But yeah, guys, so shit's fucked up right now. It's been fucked up for a long time, but we got to do our part in cleaning up. And starting with ourselves. Before you go pointing fingers at somebody else, telling them what they did wrong, focus on what it is you can fix. It's not good to judge others. I leave judging up to God. I can base people solely off their decisions, but in the end, you still have to have love and forgiveness for them, even if you see them doing wrong, even if you see them in a bad spot. Always forgive them, because you never know what their situation is. You never know what their upbringing is. You never know who they are, what they've been through. God has changed some people's lives that were drastically on the other side of things, dealing with the devil, selling their soul, just doing horrible things. And God still came through, and they came through and still turned their life around. So don't ever feel like you're not worthy or you're contaminated or sinful, or He already knows that. I thank Jesus because He died for our sins. He prayed, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they're doing. What they're doing. So it's a lot, guys. I know it's tough every day. It's tough. But just focus on you, and focus on your relationship with God and your walk with God and your purpose, and how that can benefit you and others around you, because it will lead you to a happy life. Now, the things you may have to go through will be tough. They may not be what it is you want, and this and that, and that's where God's test comes into play. He's testing our faith, you know. So it's important, remain strong, remain a rock, a fortress in faith, unmovable, as they say, in faith. Solidify it, you know. Don't let it lean. Don't let it be questioned. If you're going through a tough time and you feel like shit's going south, pray to God, look, I know you're gonna help me somewhere somehow. You're gonna provide for me. You're gonna keep me safe. Just how do we get there, God? If I'm doing something wrong or if this is wrong, you know. It's okay to question yourself and pray for yourself. Try not to overthink it, you know, but really do self-analyze yourself and make sure that you're doing your part, you know, in being obedient and being peaceful and loving and forgiving and all those things. Still be yourself, right? You know, but it's a lot, man. It's a lot. But we can do it. I know we can. I know we can. We all strive for a better world, right? You know? So, I love y'all. I want to wish y'all a good night. I wanted to spread some positivity, maybe a little message. If this helps, I'm happy. But be strong, guys. You know, we're the future. We're the light of this world, and we have to bring God with it. If we want change, we have to bring God into it and ourselves. You know? So cheers. I love y'all. Peace.